If you're not telling stories, what are you doing? I feel like we kind of forget that a lot of life is about storytelling. Or you could say it's all about storytelling, which is something I didn't really realise until a few years ago. I didn't start properly reading or properly understanding movies and stories. I just watched them and I was just like, oh, it's something to spend your time on, something to entertain you. But it's not, it's something more. It's on a deeper level. It connects with your inner, deeper humanity. Stories are within us. We are stories ourselves. So if you feel like you can't find your way in life, or you feel like you're not sure what the meaning of it all is, try and make a story of it. Try and just go out with your day, make it a story. Make it up in your head, like you get the train, you go somewhere, you go to a different country, a different place. Make it in your head like it's a little story, like it's got a storyline, a beginning, a middle, and an end. A lot of people say, oh, main character syndrome, but you are the main character of your own story, and you can't stop that. Until a point you can be selfish about you being the main character, you being the protagonist. You're the person who's experiencing it, so of course you're going to be that main character. And what I've liked to do for a while now is whenever I go anywhere, I just take photos of every little thing. Something that I take notice of, like the details and different structures and buildings and people walking past. And with that, I can look back on that and tell the story of what happened. I don't even have to remember it in my brain. I can look back at that photo. I remember the story of what happened that day. I can kind of visualize it in my head. And even from that photo, you can create your own stories. Make these fictional versions of what happened. It could start from you experiencing and living your own story to then creating your own stories that span wider than meaning. They span different emotions, different perspectives. Because I know all of you, any single person has stories within them. Even if you think you're too boring, you aren't. You think you're not enough to write a story about, or you don't have a story within you. You do. And when you write those stories, you have these doubts and these disbeliefs. Like, oh, it's not good enough. It's not enough of a story to tell. Like, who would want to read this story? There will be people out there who will want to read that story you write. Because people love to experience other people's perspectives. They like to see what other humans, other people are up to and how they're living, how they're experiencing life. And that's why we read these books. It's one of the reasons why we read these books. We want to see and feel other people's experiences and how they live and how they survive and what they go through. Even if it's fictional, it doesn't matter if it's real or fake. We still want to see their story. We want to see it told. And that's why we get so caught up with all the details and oh, this is bad, da 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 da. Because we want to see and experience a good story. We want to read a good story. We want to have that story something to look back on, something that's meaningful to us. Even if it's not connected to us, we'll still take meaning from it. We compare our own lives to these characters and these stories and then these books, and it kind of becomes integrated in our own life. Some people may take it too far and try and become these characters. It depends. I really love Doctor Who, and I've always wanted to be like the Doctor, but I don't completely turn myself into the Doctor, Like I say certain stuff like Allons-y, Geronimo, or the bit where Matt Smith is like, has anyone seen a silver rat? It's just so stupid and funny, but I love it. But I'll take certain aspects and I'll try and put that into my life because I love that story so much. And it's not like I can really relate to it, though I can relate to him as a person. Like he just feels like this autistic guy who's weird, and that's literally just me, And I feel that every day when I go outside, I walk outside. I feel like everyone's looking at me like I'm weird and I'm whatever or like a different person, too different from everyone else, but that's what I am, and I just have to live like that. That's my story. I want to embrace that, and that's why I want to kind of be more like the Doctor is, because the Doctor is what I would be if I fully embraced my weirdness. Not all of the Doctor, obviously, just how he acts in certain funny scenarios and situations. Back to story. You see these photos and videos I've put throughout the video? These are little stories in themselves, and everyone who experiences it experiences a different story from looking at that. It'll bring back a different nostalgic memory, something that happened, something that you've lived through, and that's a story. Tell stories. They don't have to be overcomplicated. You don't have to make them, with so many little parts, so many moving parts, constantly, so many different characters. No, there can just be one character just going through something. Something happens in his life and then he experiences it. That's the story. Beginning, middle, and end. I've recently heard a quote from Jim Thompson that said, there is only one plot, things are not as they seem. And you can kind of put that to your own life. You're like, oh, how would I do that within a story? But your own life in the world is like that. Things are not as they seem. And as you experience reality, That's your own kind of created reality from your experience. And everyone lives their own different created reality. And you can change that, yes, of course, but it'll never be fully, completely changed because you've lived that, that's your experience, and you can't take away your memories and your moments that you've lived through. So just make that story and make it in a way that's true to you, true to your voice and your perspective. The character doesn't have to be you. It can be something totally different. It could be an alien from a different planet, but you obviously can put parts of you into that character and change it and expand it. And don't hold back when you're telling these stories, when you're making these stories up. Don't hold back. Go as far as you want, or don't go as far as you want. You know, maybe just take a tiny piece. It could just be person sat on a bench, people watching, and that's the whole story. He watches something happen, that's the story. The end. Like, this is the end of the video. I know we didn't go too far, I just wanted to do a little something. Talking about storytelling, a little bite-sized video. But yeah, that's it. Go tell your stories, and I'll tell mine. I'm George Kolenzo. I'll see you in the next video.